All right, they have released the HONDAJet, and she seems to be a little beastie. So what I'm doing here is going to set up a flight from Colorado Springs to Las Vegas, and it can make it all the way, one shot. So it's only 537 nautical miles, and this thing has a range of 1,400. So that's nice. Doing a cross country in a small plane. She's got 7 seats. So that means it'll accompany really big guys like myself. If we don't have too many people in the back, it won't be too much of a problem. And let me show you what I've learned so far. I'm going to be starting us up at a parking spot in Colorado Springs. We'll go through setting it up, what I've learned so far. I don't have a Navigraph subscription, so I won't be using their in-game charts. That's why I set the flight up out at the on the world map. I did set up high altitude airways and Citizen Stars, where I will set it up for at least for Colorado Springs here. All right. One of the things you'll notice right away, mostly Spartan. Give it a minute to load in. If you get lag when you first load in, yeah. It's the only plane that I've ever had that really lags when you first come in. So you might actually freeze up like I am here for just a moment. Minor inconvenience. And then it releases. Okay. So again, not a whole lot going on. Ice controls, fuel controls. Mostly you don't turn on anything. You don't really do much. It's somebody described it as flying with an iPad. All right, to turn the thing on, it's really easy. Let's remove the yokes for a moment. We have a little bit better look at the cockpit. Again, there's not much going on here. Here's your autopilot deck up here. And mostly some other buttons we really don't mess with. Barometer. It's good to know. All right, so you just turn on the battery. Well, since we're parked, you usually have the option for turning on external power. For whatever reason, in the last day or two, this seems to have gone in-op. They're having a problem with it. So normally you get an indicator.
Oral
so
warning, okay.
Turn on your master battery. It'll bring up your avionics. We can now contact air traffic control. So I'm trying to find out if here we're going to get any sort of ground services. The comms are really easy. If you like doing... Whoops. That's a little too easy to toggle.
Test. Okay.
If you like entering in your comms manually, very nice. Audio and radios. And here are your nav radios. Here are your comm radios. So they want ground on 1217. Transferred over to active. And looks like we don't have a power supply. We only have a request fuel supply, and we don't really need that. All right, turn the central monitor on. You need to do what it says here. Press the rightmost soft key to continue. You may or may not have this screen. I probably do. I've tried adding in some of the add-ons, but again, I don't have the Navigraph stuff all hooked up. Okay, now these two screens down here can control what appears on these. I haven't found or figured out or messed with trying to swap information or get this into a full screen mode over here yet. Okay, to start the engines, you press start. There's the left engine. I don't know if you have to wait for one to spool up for the other. Normally that's what we do, but I'm just turning them both on. All right, so again, these two screens can affect what appears up here. I'll try to go back to the home option here. map settings. So orientation, map sync. Let's see here. Some reason if it's not just centered right. Okay, there's traffic. Haven't spent any time really looking at it to see if it's if traffic works. Weather radar, some folks are saying it's not working at the moment. Okay, our flight plan. I have it put in. Again, now we should be able to see the whole flight plan all the way to McCarran. There's the approach. Now, there's another thing I got to figure out doing this. I haven't done a full flight yet, and if you have to activate your approach, we'll be trying to pay attention to that. Okay. Now, this screen over here can make information appear over here. And the first screen it shows you is your passenger configuration. Try to get a little bit closer in on that thing. Well, that's the wrong view. You can click on and off. That'd be the way I'd be doing it. I have another friend who's a really, really heavy fellow. So he's going to be over here. So maybe we have room for, some smaller people. And you can also set your cargo here. And here. You click, just keep clicking. It'll keep adding payload. Keep clicking. It'll go away. So we probably don't need too much. Probably don't need that much. There's no way at the moment to, slide it over into central position or where you'd want it. Maybe it auto, Okay. So you can also add fuel and remove fuel here. All right. Sim actions. I believe this is where you can open. I haven't really looked or tried. This is either opening them or closing them so we can look outside and see if anything's happening. Yeah, it's opening. Right. So nobody back here, and it's nice. It's not like super luxury. It is what it is, right? We're not supposed to have super luxury, but we have enough luxury. I don't see right off the bat any phone plugs and stuff, and so I'd want some of that. Some more panels with phone or the computer jacks and the phone charging. But they're really happy that you can adjust the lights back here somehow. I haven't tried doing that either. All right, let's close up everything. Okay. Aircraft systems. There's the environment, and again, it makes information appear over here on the co-pilot screen. There's the electrical system, fuel, hydraulics inactive, ice protection inactive. Going back. All right. Sim options. Somehow or another, I'm missing. Here's interior lights, exterior lights, a setup screen on here. Here's your checklists. And these are, you can actually scroll down through using this wheel down here and go through different items and tick them off. Tick them off. We're angry. Stop clicking us. If we can roll back, go back up to the top. Yep. And we can press it. Set it. All right. There is still a screen I am missing here. All right. There was normally when you're in parking, you get like a test screen. Now this is interesting and kind of it evaded me from it. I really didn't understand what was going on with these screens. What am I looking at? And what does this mean? Get from sim. But get from sim will apply whatever information from your setup screen like into here. A basic empty weight, crew plus stores, get from sim. So 340 pounds. Should probably made it heavier. Okay. This doesn't seem to work. Then you need to go to payload. We have 2 passengers. Weight. Let's pump that up. And then we have cargo. And although we applied it on that one screen, it you can still enter it in here with 100 pounds. Or get from sim, where we put in our numbers, but it didn't put in us 2. Maybe that just includes us 2. As I said, there's no passengers, but 150 pounds of cargo based on what I clicked, I guess. Okay, fuel, get from sim. That matches what I changed. Take off, get from sim, and nothing there. Next. Okay, same with these takeoff. There's no information in here, and you can probably enter your own values in here. But you can also get from sim, and it'll auto-populate those numbers. And I'm assuming that when you click these, you are making them active to be used if you have vertical navigation engaged. Here's landing, get from sim. Yeah, all off. Clicking these turns them on. So again, vertical navigation. Let's look at our flight plan. You'll notice that none of the vertical navigation stuff is set in here. So this is where it would be really nice to have the charts. So if we do, and you can access charts on various free sites or paid sites. Again, if I had the Navigraph, I believe that you can pull those up here on the central screen. If you don't have Navigraph, you just do what I do and use a free website like SkyVector. Let me pull that up here. All right, and I've got the flight plan kind of set up in here. Colorado Springs to, I actually have it set up to North Las Vegas. We need to be at McCarran. Zoom down in here, change that. There's McCarran. It is KLAS. That changes it over there. All right. The elevations. So I'm going to zoom down here to KLAS. And I'm going to click on the pin there. Oops. I'm supposed to maybe left click. No. Something's up with SkyVector lately where normally when you click on a pin, you get the options for the airport and pull down all the charts for it. Wonder if somebody's hostily taken over SkyVector, because now it doesn't seem to be working properly. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to work. Where you get a pop-up like that. Okay. Now, I am set up for ILS localizer 26. Let me double check. Runway 26 right. Okay. So that's wrong. I need 26 right. Okay. So immediately we can look, this circle down here tells you that the altitude's up to 25 miles away. So as we're coming in these mountains over here, 6,700, 13,000 this way. Okay. But for right off the bat, I kind of want to look at these numbers down here and look at the names of these waypoints: Flies, Flicker, Hako, Bjorg, Condi. So Flies 8,000, and then Flickers, let's start with these two, 8,000 and then 6,500, and see if we have those in our computer. Flies and Flicker. There's Flies right there at the bottom. Oops, let's go back up. Flies 8,000 feet. And Flicker was 6,500. Go down. Hako is 5.2 and Bjorg is 4.7. Condi is 3.8. And the runway altitude is 2067. All right, let's go back up. Look at some of these points here. So I need to know where these waypoints are at now. I mean, we can do that. I mean, we could skip it if we want. Air traffic control is probably going to be directing us, but why not? Why not try to figure it out, right? So with SkyVector, you can type in the name of the waypoint and it'll take you to it. So let's try doing that. So we're looking for KRLOZ. KRLOZ. Okay, it takes me to an area out around here. Well, we're near Las Vegas. Right off the bat, I don't see it. I see Chow. So 10,300 though. That's the number I'm looking for on this map. So, you know, we should be up at least. I'm going to make all these 12,000s. See, but we're coming down to 8 there. Yeah, see. I don't care. Let's make them all 12s. Next one's AALAN out to MNCIN. What I did, sorry I had SkyVector open. I made everything here from Chow to KRLOZ 12,000 feet. Since we had the option. Now I'm looking for this next gap here. From GG, it's from basically G gap to AALAN. So I'm back to SkyVector. And up here in the corner, in the corner, I'm going to do AALAN and search it and hit go. And looking at these numbers here, 10,000 feet. The other spot was G gap. GGAPP. And the altitudes that I'm seeing are right in here, 13.6. So let's make this, so let's go back and make everything here like 15s. Oh, good. We got it populated those with 15s. That to begin with, start at the top. Okay, SLUIS. Altitudes in this area are 16.5 is the closest I'm seeing here. 15.2. So let's go at least 20. Back up. 20 feet. All right. We have not obtained a taxi and a runway yet. So let's do that now.
Colorado Springs clearance delivery Kinneas 21 IFR to Las Vegas, ready to copy.
Kinneas 21 is cleared to Las Vegas Airport this file.
Oh,
Takeoff runway 35 right, climb and maintain flight level 180. Departure frequency is 124.0 squawk 464 tree.
okay. We got runway 35. Let me go ahead and acknowledge this, then we'll go through what he said here. We'll go with the squawk. We should probably put that in now. Squawk is right here. Go back home. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right here on this screen. 4643.
Kinneas 21 cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 35 right, climb and maintain flight level 180. Departure on 124.0 squawk 464 tree.
Kinneas 21 read back correct. Contact ground on 121.7. Good day.
So I'm getting the altitude select knob turned up to 18,000 right off the bat, so we don't have any problems. Okay, 18,000 feet. And take off runway 35 right. Okay, so now we can input our runway for departure. Going to procedures, go to departure, and we can choose runway 35 right. Click on, currently it's runway 13 in there. Down, 35 right. And there's no entering, it's done now. Giving us the COS6 departure. Okay, I do love this map over here in the center. It does show you the Victor Airways. We're not, we didn't set up a flight plan doing anything like that, setting up Victors or anything like that. But we're ready to go.
ready to taxi IFR.
I don't know.
Kinneas 2-1 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 5 right via taxiway Delta Alpha. Contact tower on 119.9 when ready.
I have misplaced my my remote control. Hang on a moment. How in the world did I do that? This is a good time to take a break. You can't, at the moment, you can't use autopilot to taxi for you.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 5 right using taxiway Delta Alpha Kinneas 2-1.
So now if you want to take a smoke break or a beverage break, okay, real quick. We've been given clearance to taxi. Here's something that totally screwed me up the other day, and it was making me so mad. I could not, at this point, when I'm ready to go, I use my throttle control on my joystick, and I'm not moving. It's not responding. It will not respond. No matter what I do, no matter how high I put it or whatever, I can't. It's not responding to me. And I thought, well, it's a bug. I'm bugged. It's not a bug. Somehow or another, the throttle is like in a locked position when you're set in the ground here. So you actually have to reach into the cockpit with your mouse or controller or whatever and move the throttle control up from whatever position it is magnetically locked down here. But once you move these up a little bit, now, well, one does anyway. Maybe you have to move them a little bit higher first. There. Now they're synced, and now I have full throttle control. So now I can start taxiing. And again, the AI won't taxi for you. So you have a good couple of minutes for me to taxi. If you want to go take a smoke break or a drink break or whatever, bio break. I'm going to be taxiing us out to the runway. Need to hop those mountains right there. Colorado Springs, Pikes Peak over there, starting to get cloud covered in the distance. Trying to do this flight in a Cessna is always, it's a dream flight, you know, my first cross country to be able to go to Las Vegas or something. But in a Cessna with multiple stops, I mean, it still takes all day. I'm really interested to see if we can just get this done in an hour or two. I am going to cut this part of the video and restart recording the video when I get to the runway. Yeah, it's a good thing I decided to just cut all that out and stop recording before I taxied. That was a long taxi, and then there was traffic on the way here, so I had to stop for 7-8 minutes and wait for traffic to move. In that time, I've also turned on the proper external lights, and I've adjusted cabin heating to be more accommodating. We're going to be going over the mountains, so it's going to get a little cold. I thought I'd turn on some heat. I will show you on the iPads down there where I found the I pointed out the lights earlier, but we didn't need them just then. I also stumbled back upon the pre-flight test page that I was looking for and had it run its pre-flight test. Did I forget to get clearance? That was dumb. Oh, we did. No, we didn't.
Colorado Springs Tower Kinneas 2-1 ready for IFR departure.
Anyway, it took a
runway
while to get out
35
here.
Right.
Kinneas 2-1 altimeter 29er.9er 1 wind 052 at 24. Cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Mark the time here. It's the bottom of the hour, 3:31 in the afternoon here in Colorado Springs. This is all live weather.
Cleared
Live time.
for takeoff
Should
runway
be.
35 right.
Double
Kinneas
check.
2-1.
Should be real time live weather. Yep. All right, we're cleared. Okay. It doesn't look like I'm getting a warning. It doesn't look like that they want you to like throw the throttle full forward for a takeoff. This is the only plane that really seems to lag on me taking off and just doing other things. Needs a little bit of a tune-up. It's a new release, so I'm not gonna complain too much. 72. Okay, in the artwork, the title artwork for this video, it says she's wild, and she is wild. So what I've learned so far from taking off and trying to land this thing before, on the takeoff, once you get into the air, okay, let me try to give her a little bit more power. Yikes. Don't come bouncing down. Sorry about that. What an ugly takeoff. All right, let me try to give her full power now. Okay. When I lift the gear and throw the flaps up, I'm let go of the joystick. I'm at a 10% climb. When I let go, when I raise the gear and raise the flaps, she will take off. Look at how she's climbing. She's going to go into a stall really fast. She can get away from you. Exactly, we're in a stall. We just got a stall warning. So be very careful, right off the bat. Make sure that you keep her under control at a decent climb.
Did you hear my last transmission?
Going to 124.0 Kinneas 2-1.
All right, so make sure when you climb out, you've got it under control. You turn back around and get our autopilot engaged for the hop over the mountains. We're on our way to Las Vegas. Could have went the other way. Well, we'll make a circle. Cycle. I'm getting some warnings. The yaw damper is off and transponder mode. All right, so we'll have to check our squawk here in a minute. Only at 9,000 feet. All right, I'm going to turn on the autopilot, turn on nav, turn on flight level change. She goes up. And look, we're at air traffic control where I missed a squawk or something. Squawk 4643. Here's squawk 4643.
Colorado Springs departure Kinneas 2-1 is at 11,700
Okay, the yaw damper is on the autopilot right
Kinneas 2-1
here.
Colorado Springs departure altimeter 29er.9er 1 continue to SLUIS as planned.
Transponder mode still says.
Kinneas 2-1 your transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Reset squawk 4643.
All right.
2-1 verify, squawking 464 tree.
Great.
Kinneas 2-1 contact Denver Center on 128.375. Good day.
Oh, is she not in nav mode? We're in VOR mode.
Kinneas 2-1, please acknowledge.
What?
Going to 128.375, Kinneas 2-1.
Nav mode. It only says level. Why are we on VOR and not? I'm looking at the here. It says we're using VOR 1. Somehow or another, we're the CDI or transponder mode. Ice protection not active. Ice protection is on. Ice protection is on. Oh, anti-ice. There. Still says transponder mode. And we're still not following our flight plan. It's following like a VOR plan. Maybe it's something toggled down here. Some controls, no. Well, there's the lights. Activate leg to waypoint. If that kicks in. No, we're not turning.
Overspeed.
And we're overspeeding.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
That's another thing she likes to do. She loves to take off.
Overspeed.
So I figured since we were still climbing,
Overspeed.
which we're not anymore. Yep, she's still not following our flight plan. Somehow it's toggled. It's been toggled. Radio. Have one. No, we don't need one. No, that was weird. Working fine earlier, so. Nav frequency hold swap. Flight plan. Activate leg. active nav. What it was. I hate wasting fuel. That was a heck of a diversion out towards Kansas or towards Pueblo. Gotta spin all the way back and get back to our course. Wonder why the transponder is still acting buggy. Now it's on. I love it. One 28375. Already in there.
Denver Center, Kinneas 21 flight level 180.
Kinneas 21 Denver Center, continue to SLUAS as planned. Kinneas 21 climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260 Kinneas 21.
So I'll put in the altitude and then I'll speed up the engine some more. They want it 26. Flight level change. Full throttle. Can also do vertical speed. We're not climbing fast enough. Turn on vertical speed. Yeah, that's lowering it. That's raising it. Get to the max. There's +6. Drone camera low is moving about on its own now. It has a mind of its own. We'll have plenty of height to not worry about the mountains. That's nice. For 26. Okay, we'll wait for it to stabilize. It's only 24. Not enjoying my vertical speed. I was broken out of it. Come on, baby, you're almost there. Making us eat up a lot of fuel in this climb.
Kinneas 2-1 climb and maintain flight level tree 60.
Now they want us up to 36,000.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 60 Kinneas 2-1. Denver Center, Kinneas 2-1. Request flight level tree 40.
Kinneas 2-1 climb and maintain flight level tree
No,
40.
I wanted to decrease.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 40 Kinneas 2-1.
I'm clicking decrease. Decrease by 10,000.
Denver Center, Kinneas 2-1. Request flight level 240.
Kinneas 2-1 descend and maintain flight level 240.
Down a little bit.
Kinneas 2-1, please acknowledge.
Okay, pull back on the throttle. Stop wasting so much fuel.
Descend and maintain flight level 240 Kinneas 2-1.
Hasn't descended.
Kinneas 2-1, please expedite your descent flight level 240.
Using vertical speed to go down to 2.5 or abouts. Okay. Almost back to our, that was a big error there after takeoff by overlooking this button right here, the active nav. Told you we were in VOR mode, and when we took off, we flew way out towards Kansas. dumb mistake. That's showing something at 6 nautical miles out here. I don't see anything. All right, going over some mountains. That's the scariest part about flying out of Colorado Springs and heading this direction. These mountains will just pop up on you. Should probably kept it at 36. That was a lot of fuel just to climb out of there like that. According to the terrain, I'm not seeing anything too scary. But they get much worse as we go a little bit further. And again, just one will pop up. We'll have to keep an eye on this. I love the synthetic view. The graphics in these things are just amazing now. Cabin power got switched off. Don't know why or how. And just sometimes I've been just randomly clicking something wrong. Okay, getting onto our GPS route. ECS temp control manual. Yeah, I've adjusted the cabin pressure. The cabin conditions down here and the lighting. No, here are control systems. Here are your exterior lights, strobe, navigation, beacon, logo, ice inspection, recognition, landing, taxi. Don't need taxi on anymore. Don't need landing on. Have this on pulse. Okay, going back, the thermostat. So we changed the temperature in the cockpit. I've got it up to 29 Celsius. Warm it up a tiny bit more. Cabin, just a tiny bit more. Active fan control. And the interior lights. We have lights down here underneath our feet. Pilot footwell, you might be able to see a little bit of change when I toggle it on and off. See that there's a pilot light in the footwell. Same with the co-pilot footwell. That's the seatbelts and no smoking warnings. Cockpit overhead lights. They're pretty bright. It's still daytime. Okay, looking over our other Garmin stuff. This is all kind of standard. We're used to these in the with the other systems. How to pull up information, find the nearest airports, nearest VOR, nearest whatever. VORs, waypoints, airports, and NDBs. Our procedures, which are found in plan here as well. And BNAV should be on. I don't think we have anything plugged in here at the moment. Yeah, we do 20,000 feet here, 15,000 feet G gap. And VNAV, turn on here. It's turning off. Probably because altitude hold mode is on. Turn off alt mode.
Kinneas 21 contact Denver Center
Turn on VNAV.
119.85.
No, it's still not staying active. VNAV, nope.
Kinneas 21, please acknowledge.
Going to 119er, decimal 85, Kinneas 21.
It looks like a porpoise. Wade Hip got those jets mounted on there. Wow, it's like how all that weight and pressure and you don't instill a greater confidence by making that thing look just thick and secure and fat and like there's no way that thing will ever worry about strain and stresses. Why not have it mounted, another connection point going from the side to that thing, make it look real secure on there. It's nuts. All right, I'm gonna cut the video there and resume when we're a little bit closer to Las Vegas. All right, welcome back. We are nearing Las Vegas. We still have a few waypoints to go through. You look down here on this screen, and
Kinneas 21 descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
I've wasted a lot of fuel. They say that this thing can do 400 knot cruise, and there's something I'm not completely understanding about this aircraft. And they say it can do that above 30,000 feet. So I used a lot of fuel.
Kinneas 21, acknowledge last transmission.
Trying to go up to 30,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, Kinneas 21.
So then I'd come back down, and then they had me climb again, which ate up a lot of fuel. So I've been kind of fighting with them a little bit. I definitely used more than I wanted to. And I've been trying to use my VNav, but again, they keep moving me around, and the thing also is temperamental. Trying to change altitudes and using your vertical speed, you can find yourself in trouble, and it'll snap out of it sometimes. I've discovered if you over push it a little bit going up or down, and especially if you hit any turbulence, I seem to either hit some turbulence as well.
Overspeed.
Yeah, like doing this. Overspeeds on descents.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Other than that, it's been a nice flight. You know, it's a mountainous trip. Whoa. Definitely tell we're crossing through Utah into Nevada. In a Cessna, these mountains, trying to find a route through here.
Descend and maintain 9,500 feet.
Now they want us up to 9,500.
Descend and maintain 9,500 feet, Kinneas 2-1.
Still coming down, so that's good. This map has been real nice up here. You can change the range on it. Get this out of the way. By using this knob on the iPad down here. So,
Kinneas 2-1 contact Las Vegas. Approach on 125.025. Good
Oh.
day.
.125 025, Kinneas 2-1.
changing it, pressing the button changes orientation. So now pressing it also, I'm only changing, looks like I'm changing the bottom view. There's zooming out. Now we have those waypoints on our map again. I think VNav's gonna want us to come down to 8,000. Or we may have plugged everything in for 12s. Let's see where are we at here? TOD, top of descent. Flies. This is where we first started putting in our elevations from the map, from SkyVector. Come on. Well, where's flies again? It's after. Oh yeah. It's down here. Flies. Approach. Is there an activate approach? Arrival. Arrival. Now where it flies, which will be at 8,000 feet. VNAV. Go down. Now VNAV is making her go down to 8. Far out. Excellent, excellent. This is our approach. We should be able to hit approach. Don't see any glide slope information yet, but we're not exactly on it. But now turning to it, so let's try it. Approach. Approach, hold on. VNAV on. Oops. I'm gonna do that. Approach and VNAV seem to be, can't tell if they're working together or fighting each other. Going way too fast as well. Way too fast. Put on our speed brakes. Good, we're in flap range. Bring the landing gear down. Low.
Las Vegas approach Kinneas 2-1 is passing 6,400 feet, climbing 9,500
No,
feet.
why would, no, what?
Kinneas 2-1 Las Vegas, approach altimeter 29.70, continue as planned. Kinneas 2-1, you are 12 miles east.
There we go.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet, expect ILS runway 26 right approach via flicker transition. Cleared to flicker. Descend and maintain 5,200 feet. Kinneas 2-1 descend and maintain 4,700 feet. Kinneas 2-1, you are 11 miles east of Las Vegas. Contact Las Vegas Tower on 119.9 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 119.9 Kinneas 2-1.
There's the glide slope. How we came down so low, I don't know. PNAV should be on. We should be at almost 8,000. Oops. Oh, now we're on. The diamond's almost centered there. Take a look up. Yep, there's the runway. There she be.
Las Vegas Tower, Kinneas, 218 miles east inbound ILS runway, 26 right approach.
Kinneas 21 Las Vegas Tower. Altimeter 29.70, wind 209er at 25. Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach.
Cleared ILS runway, 26 right approach, Kinneas 21.
Kinneas 21 wind 209er at 25. Cleared to land runway 26 right.
Cleared to land runway, 26 right, Kinneas 21.
A little slow. I can't tell if it's managing the throttle. It seems to be. I'm giving her more throttle, and she's not responding to me, so it's got us coming in at a slow 124. That's what I was worried about, that's too slow. But we are a small little thing. And she seems to be managing the power. We'll have, not happy with how little fuel we have left, but we're here and we have fuel still, so. But I'm very happy. A light little jet that might cross country, you know, when you're dreaming about your first cross country, you know, is to go to Vegas. And celebrate the fact that you did your first cross country. And it's nice to have an option like this where you could do it in one hop, no multiple stops. You know, it probably defeats the purpose of the cross country to do multiple stops and stuff, but either way, we're dreaming, we're in a simulator. See if she'll put us down gently. Not sure when to deactivate the autopilot on this thing. She's coming in. Well, she's coming in fast, but she's coming in way late. But okay. All right, I'm turning off the autopilot. You shouldn't have. All right, we've made it, and we didn't.
Taxiway.
Oh, next taxiway? How about this one?
Kinneas 21 contact ground on 124.4.
.4 Kinneas 2.
There's the Luxor over there, shooting a black beam of light into the sky. See that? It was visible a minute ago. Looked like a black beam of light.
Ground Kinneas 21 taxi to parking.
Kinneas 21 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Golf Sierra Cross runway 19er left Sierra Cross runway 19er right Sierra Hotel.
Don't you love those taxi? clearances.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Golf Sierra Cross runway 19er, left Sierra Cross runway 19er, right Sierra Hotel Kinneas 21.
Now they got us going over there. Oh, hello, fellas. They want me going. I'm going over here. Oh, now they want me to go park over there. You know, for the purposes of this live stream, I'm just gonna park it and tell you what I thought. Tell you what I think. I like it. It's a nice little plane. She can get away from you on takeoff. Other than that, again, if there's a way to, again, maybe it's something I'm not understanding about when they say it can go 400 knots in a cruise over 30,000 feet. Once I got over 30,000 feet, I couldn't even, with the engines open up, really push it all the way. So, and when I did do a dive down, I went up to 31,000, did a dive down to 30,000. I got her over the 260, 280 mark, and I started getting an overspeed again, and she started shaking really violently. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. Okay, powering this thing down is as easy as turning off our engines, I believe. Just click on both engines. Come on, boys. Are you awake? They don't seem to be shutting down. Huh, that's interesting. Here's skin that cat, turn off the battery and see what happens. Did nothing. Okay. Cut off the fuel. Normal, don't need these on. Huh. Turn off the generators. See if that ends the mission. It's not, though. Well, I don't know if that's a bug or I'm shutting her down wrong somehow. Go out and look at the engines, see if the engines are still on. Well, I still enjoy it, and I'm sure whatever little bugs that they have will be worked out. And if you are one of those fancy people that have the Navigraph, SimBrief, whatever, I guess the Navigraph at least, you can get all your fancy charts right on the screen here. So definitely worth it. And if you're into, if you're into stuff like this, I definitely recommend it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.